For those people listening to the show who want to build a real estate business, an empire, they want rent, cash flow, financial freedom, the whole thing.
Yep.
They've also got a busy life. How do they build wealth and build a real estate business while also trying to raise a family and have a full life?
I think the first thing is you got to really understand what's the end game to when you say, I want to build a real estate empire. So many people get caught up thinking that we need 50 doors, 100 door, 1,000 door, 5,000 door to really live a good life. If you think about even you said it, you said a ADU over here costs you $150,000 to build. You can rent it for $3,000.
Yeah.
If you had 5 ADU paid off, that's $15,000 a month.
Yeah.
That's life-changing money passively. So I think the first thing I want everybody to know in the listening is you don't need as many as you think you do to really live a comfortable life.
Yeah.
Now, we're not talking about private jet. I did a study, and I found out only 6.7% of people actually invest in real estate in America.
Wow.
And the average people retired with $266,000. Okay? So if someone had 5 rental paid off, if it's $2,000 or $3,000, I mean, that's 10 to 15 grand a month. So I think the first thing is to get clear on what's the end game. If it costs you right now, 10 grand, 15 grand to live as a family, and you had 15 grand in passive income, and that replaced your active income, and you work because you want to work after that, and if it's $3,000 a month in rent, the focus is let's just get 5.
Yeah.
I think people look at it and go, man, how can I be like Thach? Or how can I be like Brandon? You know what I mean? No. Everyone's different. When I started, all I needed was 15 grand in passive income. And I bought, 10, 11 doors, and I just paid them off. And I was set for life after that. And after that, I started building my business because I want to build it, not because I need to build it.
And you had a foundation that you could live on no matter
That's
what.
it, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. So I say to people, just get clear what the foundation is, right? I tell people, you got 10, 15 grand a month in passive income, you're doing way better than 99.999% of America. Okay? You don't need that many doors. The first thing is figure out how many doors you need, then just go after those doors. As long as you know how many doors you need, you have a single amount of focus. The second thing I would say, Brandon, is get a schedule out. Get your calendar to give yourself some peace of mind. Write down first all the family activity, vacation, put it in the calendar. You ain't working around those days. When all the kids' sports, ballet lesson, put that in next. Now you got date night, put that in next. After that, then you got a certain amount of hours to work. In those hours of work, get focused on what you got to do to generate income so you can buy your 5 rental property. If you did those right there, it keep everything simple, clear, and precise. And you produce more with less time than you have the whole entire calendar. I was telling Brandon this earlier. When my kid was about 7 and 5, I was out on the road speaking a lot. I was traveling a lot, which today I'm one of those kind of speakers that I want to pick certain events and I speak, but I get asked like probably 100 times a year. But my wife, Cammie, said to me, I love that you go out there and you help a lot of people, you motivate a lot of people, you speak at an event and everything. But just remember, don't forget about me and the kids. And that was when my life turned around. And that's when I realized I need to get my priority together. I was putting money in front of my kids and my family. And so today, I would say my answer to that is you got to find the balance. Meaning, all right, I'm going to go speak at, at this event, right? Honey, I'm going to be gone for 3 days, right? And then if there was another event that I get asked to speak like a week later, I don't go. I might spread a speaking event out maybe one every other month. That way I can balance out with the family. But during baseball season, like what's happening as soon as we get back right here, it's baseball season starting now, all the way till August. I don't do a lot of speaking during those times. I stay home in Seattle, and I spend most of my time on the field with the kids. And that's been my priority since that comment that Cammie made, and it actually made me more richer in money, but more richer in relationship.
One of my favorite quotes, and it's I said this on a podcast once, and it's the most viral post I ever did, so I think other people like this as well. It's, in 20 years, the only people who will remember you worked late are your kids. And it's like, I think of that almost every day now. I'm just like...
I tell you the thing that moved me, you guys, and I think anyone who has kids can appreciate this. last year in the playoff, and this is just one of the incidents. There's been many incidents, but this one stood out for me. My boy Russell is playing varsity baseball, and they're in the semifinal.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dad, you mom coming to my game today? I was like, of course, bro. I got you. I'll be there on all the games. He said, okay, good. I just want to make sure. And we're at the game, and he's, he did a great play out there, and he came back to the dugout, and he looked up. He's looking for me, and I stood right there, and he saw me, and he was like this.
Just the biggest.
And I said to him, good job, dude. And he says, thanks, Dad.
Dude, that reminds me of this clip I just saw. I'm going to actually show you this
Yeah.
thing. It's so good. Let's see if I can
Is
find it. Let's see. Where's Stetson? There it is right here. Check this thing out. I don't think it'll pick up on the camera, but maybe they can edit it in here. Oops, that's the wrong button. This thing. It says, imagine not being there because you couldn't find anyone who would switch shifts. Watch this girl when she recognizes her daddy in the audience.
That's Russell.
Yeah, and they're just so happy. Look at
Yeah.
that. Like, I just want to cry when I
Yeah.
see this video.
Yeah.
This little girl is just overwhelmingly happy when she
Yeah.
recognizes her dad out there.
Bro,
It's like,
that right
imagine not being
there is worth more deals,
Yeah.
more money, less travel
Yeah.
than anything. Like, and you said it. Nobody will remember.
Yeah.
Your kid's not going to remember you had $1 million or
Yep.
$100 million.
Yeah, they're going to remember if you were there. That's
Or
it.
not. They probably remember you when you're not there more than you're there.
Correct,
Well,
yeah.
I saw a video the other day, and I'll probably cry. I always cry when I talk about my kids.
Yeah.
Because they're the best.
How
thing
old's your
ever.
kid?
Well, I've got a 6, a 4, and a 2-year-old.
Perfect age,
They're-
bro.
Yeah, so
But I love people.
Yeah.
And that's like, I love just going out and seeing people and hanging out with people and networking and getting to meet people like you. And I watched a video the other day where they were interviewing people like families, and they'd take the parents aside and they'd say, hey, if you could have dinner with anybody in the world,
Yeah.
who would it be? And they would say, like Barack Obama or, LeBron James, whoever that is.
Right.
And then they took the kids and they said, hey, if you could have dinner with anybody in the world, who would it be? And they were like, Mom.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, that wrecks me, man.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's another story is my kid right now, Russell, he's a senior. He's in Mexico right now with all his senior class. And this September he's gonna be off to school, right? Anyway, we called him this morning because he got over there yesterday. So we have him on speakerphone, Cam and I, and we're like, hey, how was your flight? He said, it was good. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're just hanging out right now with the guys and everything. And then Cammy says, so you miss me? He says, can you ask Russell? This is how he answered, yeah. and then Cammy says, you miss your brother? He's like, yeah. You miss your dad? Yeah. See, that to me, sometimes we forget. We put our priority in the wrong thing. We get caught up chasing after the fame, the stage, the money, and we forget the most important thing is those moments.
Yeah. But it's also really cool and telling that you can say, well, when my son's out of town, he misses me.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of dads that would not be able to say that.
They wouldn't.
Their kids can't wait to get away from them.
Thank you, bro.
So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, that's generational wealth too.
Yeah.
Yeah.